Hi friends, welcome to Adda 24/7. So today we are doing the paper analysis of the morning session. So it is useful for remember those guys who are appearing in the afternoon and in the later batch. Okay, so everyone kindly watch it without fail and watch it till the end. Each and every question is very important. Okay, what all questions were asked, we are discussing the same. So without wasting the time, let's move on. Okay, yeah. So everyone come up with the questions fast, ASAP. Okay. Yeah. See, our first question which I've got is, yeah, DRT amount was of what was the DRT amount? That was the question. Correct. See, yeah, Suprabha ma'am has started writing the same. It was on BEP break-even point. One question was asked on that. Second was on AMHM. This year, one thing I'll tell you. In the paid class also, I've told you many times. BEP AM, HM means arithmetic mean, harmonic mean. That relationship, AM, HM, and GM, that relationship. These questions are asked in each and every exam. BEP we had taken in details in the classes. Break-even point. Okay. So probability was also one of the questions. So what was the question? Okay, I'm getting some questions also. The one question was on DRT amount. What is the minimum DRT amount that was asked? Minimum
20 lakh,
DRT.
na, sir? That is 20 lakh, na?
Yeah, 20 lakh, 20 lakh, 20 lakh. Minimum DRT amount is 20 lakh. That was one question. Second one question was from that blind zone of Johari window. Correct. Blind zone Johari window.
Blind zone is the information which you don't know, but
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
know about you.
Yeah.
And there was one question from ego integrity and ego identity from the Erickson theory, right?
Yeah.
So ego integrity, you got this in the maturity stage, and ego identity that is from the adolescence stage, right?
Correct.
So,
Okay,
sir,
one more
there
I'll tell
was
you. One more I'll tell you. There are few which I'm having. I'll just go on reading them first. Okay. So fixed cost was given. Fixed cost was given as 20,000, and then variable cost was given, selling price was given, and we have to calculate the break-even point. Okay, BEP. So this question we have taken it many times in the classes also. Okay, fixed cost, variable cost, and this what selling price per unit. Okay, for first follow the contribution. Contribution is S minus V. Okay, and then break-even point is fixed cost upon that contribution. So 20,000 upon 30 minus 10. So you'll be getting it as something 1,000. So your BEP becomes 1,000. These many units. So this question was asked. Okay, and see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Supra ma'am will also means the basic thing which we have taken in the classes. It is the same thing. And almost every class we are repeating that what all questions will be asked, what all will be repeated, and the same thing has happened. Also, that AM and GM square means I do take module A and C, right? So that's why AM, GM, and HM. So arithmetic mean into harmonic mean equals to GM square, geometric mean square. So this question was also asked. Okay, one more.
And there was, sir, one question from the personality Raman Cattle, right? Raman Cattle has actually said that personality is all about what you react, how you react in the given situation, right?
Yeah,
Specific situation that is not common, right? So that is the new question. Actually, Raman Cattle, they have never asked this question. Actually, Raman Cattle is a
okay,
new question, right? Otherwise,
okay.
all the questions like Posh Act, AM, HM, BEP. I think, sir, last in June exam also they have asked BEP, AMHN probability,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I'll give you one or two more questions. Ratio analysis helps in. They'd ask this question. It's a common sense question. What does it help in? Basically, it will help in all the analysis. Okay. So next question was on rebel hypothesis. That was for Supra ma'am's question. A
Yes,
rebel
rebel hypothesis is all about that worker are motivated by money. Yesterday, I've already told you there is another name for rebel hypothesis, that is rational economic view. So maybe they can ask even from this name also, rebel hypothesis or rational economic view. Both are the same thing. Worker are motivated by only money. That is
Yeah.
right.
Then there was a numerical on correlation. Correlations. Here, correlation case studies we have taken many times in the exam, in the classes. So same case study was asked. Again, numerical on time series. time series and correlation. As I've told you many times, time series is a smaller brother of correlation. Once you understand correlation, time series is very easy. So same thing was asked over here. Both the numericals were asked, correlation and time series. So those who have attended the classes or the YT sessions, they'll definitely be able to solve this. Yesterday's marathon which we took, in that marathon also we covered this numerical on correlation and time series. So those who have attended it, they'll definitely be able to know this. Okay.
So
Then
there
there was
was
one.
one question
Yeah.
from merger of bank, Narsimha
Okay.
committee. Merger of
Narsimam
bank.
committee. Correct. Narsimam committee. Correct. Narsimam committee. Then there was one question on type of class interval. Means it was given as 0 to 4, 5 to 9, and this is known as inclusive type of class interval. Here, I'll tell you just one thing. There are two types in for the new batch. Okay, those who are going to appear for the exam. There are two types of this class intervals: inclusive and exclusive. I'll give you a simple hint. Where the end of the first class and start of the second class, when they meet, that is known as exclusive type. When they don't meet, it's known as inclusive. And so, in the exam, the question was asked for inclusive type 0 to 5, 4, 5 to 9, then it was later 10 to 14, something like that. Okay?
There was one
Yeah,
question from the fraud table, right? Fraud table
yeah.
is that is the fraud which is above 500 million and above. It should be reported with joint director CBI. So maybe in the next shift of exam, they can ask maybe 250 million or maybe another like whatever table is given. Please remember that table, right? Because I think similar question maybe they won't ask, but they can ask maybe the like different
Correct, correct,
type of question
correct.
from same table, right?
Slight change might be there, yes.
Yeah, some little bit.
Okay,
Sir,
there was one more question. Doctor is expecting number of patients due to heat stroke. This is an example now. Now, this is a seasonal variation, time series. This is a seasonal variation. So, one question was asked on seasonal variation. You can write that also. Doctor is expecting more patients. So, that is a seasonal variation. There was one question on this. One more I'll tell you. Two dice are thrown. Find the probability that we get a prime number. Two dice are thrown, find the probability that we get a prime number. Okay. Now there is a big theory to this. How to calculate it? There's a big theory for this. But there are means various possibilities. Here, it's all. I won't explain you now everything because it will take time. I'll just give you the answer. That answer is 5/12 for that. Okay. Now, same question might not be asked in the coming sessions, but similar might be asked because after all, IIBF also understands many all these things. Okay. So this was one question. Two dice are thrown and then find the probability that the sum appearing is a prime number. Okay, that was one. Yeah, ma'am.
and sir, there was one question from the one second. There was CCO, yes, and
Okay, one question was on your side, ma'am. Left hemisphere and right hemisphere.
left hemisphere, right hemi. There's a
Yeah,
mix and match problem was there. Match the following
yeah.
type of left
Hmm.
and right hemisphere. That is right.
Then HRD is a subsystem of something like that. Also, it was
HRM.
asked.
Yes. So
That
answer
was
is
also,
HRM. That is.
yeah, HR part. There was one case study also I've heard. That case study was on some somewhat fraud or no. What was it? There was one case study which was asked related to HR.
Sir, that was from the Whistleblower Act,
Ah,
the
right,
case
right,
study from the
right, right.
module whistleblower. Then conflict management style. There
Yeah,
was one
yeah,
case study, 5 marks.
correct.
So 5 marks and 5 marks whistleblower and conflict. And match of the
Yeah,
following. There was question from the uh, left hemisphere, right hemisphere. And
and
Erickson Chori, they have asked,
hmm,
right? And
then there was the case study. One more case study from module A. It was on correlation, time series, and probability. All the three were asked: correlation, time series, and
okay.
probability. Because these are all big case studies,
Okay, so
big
in
and
one case study, they have asked all these numerical, I think, na?
yeah, numericals.
Probability.
Just I wanted to know anyone is having that was that LPP something asked LPP case study or anything like this? linear programming, because that is also an important topic in this module A. LPP, anyone? Yes. Then there was one more which I'm getting is what is learning and what is it? Yeah, learning and development. They had asked one question. Learning and development.
Difference they have asked between the
Yeah,
learning and development. Actually, learning, it is more specific to your current job, but
yeah,
development is all about
yeah.
your
Future.
acquiring the new skills and
Yeah.
capabilities. So that is
Future,
the difference between learning and development.
future prospects. Correct.
Future perspective.
Yeah. Then there was one more on uh
So the Borrower Act, they have asked, I think, one question.
okay. Yeah,
Contract
adolescence.
Act, Contract Act, I think there is one question from the Contract Act as well.
Yeah. Uh, adolescence, there was something question related to HR. Adolescence. I think ego
Adolescence,
identity.
yes, sir. Ego integrity, that one.
Okay. Then Raymond Cattle done. Then talent management. See,
Talent
many questions
management.
from module B also many questions. HR.
Talent
Many questions from
management,
HR
this
also.
concept is given by McKinsey and Company. Right? Last time they have asked about three C's
Yeah.
of talent management, contribution, competence type of. But this time they have asked who has given this term. Talent management, that is McKinsey and Company. See, this time
McKinsey.
even they have asked about the name also, right? Scientist name. Who has given the Erickson theory,
Yeah.
like Zohari window given by the Joseph Lungtum.
Yeah.
So yes, option is there, but you have to remember the name also. Behavioral scientist name you have to remember this time. Otherwise, previously they have not asked but this time they have
Okay. One
asked.
more question from
So
ratio.
name also
One
you have
more
to
question
remember.
from ratio analysis. Current asset is given. Something that are given. The number also I'm having 660 lakhs. Then current ratio is given 2:1, and we have to find the NWC, net working capital. So very simple. See here, what you do, current asset and current ratio here. First, find current liability. Current liability, find it. Then just subtract it. Current asset minus current liability. So 2:1 means
Hmm.
330 will be your current liability. Then subtract it, you will get the answer is 330. Okay, so net working capital is current. What is NWC? NWC is current asset minus current liability. Simple. Okay. Okay. Next one. One more was asked on what was that? Assessment center that is related to HR. Assessment center.
Assessment center related to yes, sir. This question from performance management. That answer is performance management.
Performance.
Right? Answer is performance management. This is the performance appraisal method and related to performance management. Right?
Yeah.
So assessment is related to performance management. That is.
Okay. One more question, ma'am. Means inflation. It was asked. Inflation is not related to any B or D, na? Because
Yes, sir. Sir, this time actually there are 2 to 3 questions like BG. I think bank guarantee they have asked. So I think it is not in A or C module, right?
yeah,
But
nothing,
BG they
nothing.
have asked POSH Act, Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act. This is from the HR elective, right?
Ah,
POSH
ah.
Act date they have asked. So this question is from HR elective 9 December 2013. This act came into the picture.
Okay.
2013 9 December. So this question is from the HRM elective actually.
Okay.
BG, I think from the BFM they have asked.
Yeah.
So
That
one
inflation
question from the
question.
even BRBL also they have asked something.
Acha. So now they are combining everything.
Yes. So BG they have
Okay.
asked,
Off हो
POSH
गया है
Act they
one.
have asked, and one ESI Act that is also from HR elective. One question from that
What
which
happened?
act was first act which was from for the compensation or something.
One sec.
That's
One sec.
type of question. The answer is
Just one
ESI Act,
second.
right? So
Yeah,
POSH
just
Act,
one sec. My
BG, and
camera is a problem. Let me see. Huh? You just carry on. Yeah.
okay, sir. Okay. Right? John Holland theory. See, one question from the even John Holland theory also, that is personality theory, RIASEC, realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. Right? Yesterday in marathon, I have explained you what is a realistic, right? What is investigative, artistic, social. social, enterprising, and conventional. So we have to choose profession according to the personality, right?
So now, okay, yeah, got it. So are you
Sir,
able to see
around
me?
20,
Yeah.
25 marks question from numerical, around 25.
Ah,
So this
yeah.
time they have asked so many.
Yeah, there was one question
Numerical
on
and around
ESIC. ESIC. ESIC is
yes,
a
I
part of
see. Yes, sir. This is also from HR elective
module
again.
HR. Acha,
That is
module C.
question, yes, HR elective they have
Module
asked.
B. Yeah. Okay, HR elective. They had asked this. See, here many. They have actually. It's nothing that you can say that majority from module B, C. Nothing like that. They have asked equal importance is given to each and every topic as such over here. Only I'm not seeing some question on LPP, means linear programming. That is one of the important topics in this, but I'm not seeing the questions over here. Means I have not got any question from the first batch regarding LPP. I think so. In the second and third batch, they might ask you then, no? Yeah, Thomas Killman done. Then fixed cost question done. That was one. RBI. RBI actually, ma'am, this RBI that's a compliance part, no module D.
Yes, sir. That is from the compliance audit RBIA. Exactly what question they have asked? That actually, maybe I think case study they have asked about the RBIA, right? In
No,
book and even one liner question.
one
They
liner, one
one
liner
liner.
is also there. Means what is RBI? Actually, I think so. The full form is reverse, na? AI or
That is
I.
risk based internal audit and inspection. So their work is basically to find out the risk, to mitigate the risk, to manage the risk in the organization, right? And
Hmm.
so that is RBIE audit, right? I
Hmm.
think one liner question they have asked, right? One
Yeah,
liner.
one liner. One liner was there.
I thought
One liner.
case study they have asked.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
role overload is that is when you feel stressed, when you are playing the multiple role and you are feeling stressed. That is a role
Yeah.
overload,
Hmm.
right?
And one thing which I've noted over here is the paper was totally stuck to the book and the portion and the classes which we took, the
Hmm.
PDFs which we have shared, the classes which we have shared in this, completely from that, nothing outside. Okay. So one question, one more I'm having. It's related to module A. Largest value of the frequency distribution is 100. Lowest value is 40. If the number of class intervals is 6, then what is the width of the class? Such an easy question you can never get in any exam. Okay, just you have to subtract it. 100 minus 40, that is 60, divided by 6, that is basically 60 upon 6 is 10. So that is the answer. Means such easy question you can never ever get in any exam. Okay,
So there
and
was
those who
10
have,
question without option they have asked. 10 question
yeah,
without
yeah, yeah,
option.
yeah,
Numerical,
yeah, yeah.
but without option.
One thing which I've seen without option questions, just now I saw all those without option questions. They are simply one numbered questions. Means these are as good as options there. Because what happens without option means it's not that you have to go on writing something longer. No, simple. Just one option, one answer is there, simple number is there. So this is so simple. This is one. And one more is without options here. If the average number of runs in 50 matches is 25, average from first 20 matches is 10, then the average of the remaining will be what? Now this is a school level question. 50 matches 25, 20 matches 10. So multiply them, get the subtraction and then divide it by 5. That's it. Without option. So this is a school level question. Okay, that's why I said many of the questions were so simple. Okay, 15 to here, I'll just tell you how to solve this. 15 to 25, get the answer. 20 into 10, get the answer, subtract it, and then divide that answer by 5. That will be the average of remaining thing. That's what. Okay, so that was one question. Module A. That was of module A. Then what was it next?
So there
Yeah.
was one question from the frequency distribution. I think largest value in frequency
Acha.
distribution is 100
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
lowest in 40 if
40, 40, correct. Yes, here 100, 40 and class intervals are given as 6. That was one question. 100, 40 and 6. It's very simple. Subtract 100 and 40. Means 100 minus 40 is 60. Divided by that class interval, 6. So 60 upon 6 is 10. That is the class width. That was the question. Very simple one.
attribute they have asked. What is the attribute? We are learning the attitude also. What is the attribute? Attribute is basically that is your characteristic, right? which
Yeah.
differ from
Correct.
person to person, from object to object. So that is characteristic, right?
Correct.
Like for
Correct.
example, maybe uh, right, that is like when one individual vary from the another one, maybe one object vary from the another one, so that is
Correct.
basically the attribute. So this
Correct.
question they have asked, what is the attribute? Attribute is a part of the attitude only, but attribute is that is a different characteristic of which vary from person to person, right?
Yeah. One more was there. Bank gives the loan to non-productive resources purposes. Then what pressures? Of course, inflation. If you give the loan, if you use the money for non-productive purpose, definitely the productive purpose will get a lesser component, and that will create an inflation in the economy. So that was one question. Actually, that is not related to any of these four modules, A, B, C, D, but that's a general banking question. Okay. So non-productive purposes loan is given, then what will it create? It will create inflation. Okay. Then ESIC one question was asked.
Yes,
What are
sir.
the
Yes, yeah, that is from HR elective. But
HR?
they
Yeah.
have asked even here also. So the
Yeah.
answer was yes, ESI Act, the first legislation which is given for the payment or compensation. Some question they have asked. Then again,
Correct.
AS5 they have asked. AS5 is what from the accounting standard that is
Standard.
related to right. That is related to net profit and loss prior period item. Right, net profit and net loss. You have to
Yeah.
take you have to disclose net profit and net loss in the balance sheet
It
and
is like
profit
this.
and
Here,
loss. Yeah. So
I'll
that
just
is
give you the
ES5.
I'll just give you the details. AS5 is basically net profit or loss for that period, and it is used to describe prescribe the classification and disclosure for certain items in the statement of
Items.
profit. Means
Yes.
whatever profit and loss we have, the elements are given in details over there. That's it for AS5.
So maybe in the like second shift they can ask maybe AS9,
Something like yes,
AS15,
yes,
AS21. But yes, definitely there will be one question from
yes.
accounting standard because sir I
Correct.
think like in June exam they not asked any question from the accounting standard and even LODR
Hmm.
regulation. So maybe this time they can ask, of course.
Yeah, correct,
Right?
correct. Yeah.
Even there was question from the right AS5. Yes, LODR full form they have asked in the June exam. LODR
Hmm.
only full form that was.
Okay, one more. Everyone, kindly fill up the form. The fill up the form for the Google given over here. Okay, in the comment section it is given. Kindly fill up the form and congrats to all you bankers who have cleared it and those who are appearing now. Kindly follow this analysis so that it becomes easier for you for this paper also.
Yes. So
Okay.
all the best for your exam ABM and BFM and
Yeah.
right and the ABM BRBL and the elective one. So all the
Yeah.
best and thank you and bye bye. Take care. Thank you, sir.
Bye. 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 Everyone.